Do you remember the Beijing Hong Kong run for charity? And do you remember the runner, David Griffiths? The run lasted for 55 days, from 25th October to 18th December 1983. It covered a distance of 4,000 kilometers. The run raised $1.9 million for disabled athletes. David Griffiths also took part in the 30-hour famine. He and other fasters went without food for 30 hours. Running for charity. He hurt his knee at the beginning of the run, but he was concerned for people less fortunate than himself, the disabled, the hungry, and the poor. We have indeed a lot to learn from him. Mr. Griffiths, how long have you been in Hong Kong?
I've been here for 6 years, since 1978.
And how long have you been General Manager of the Jubilee Sports Centre?
Also for 6 years.
Every time I come to this centre, I'm very impressed. You must be very proud.
Well, yes, I am. This is the largest purpose-built university of sport in the world.
What aspect of your work do you enjoy most?
Well, it makes me very happy to see young people come here to improve their skills.
Mr. Griffiths represented England in the World Orienteering Championships in 1966. He also ran in the Commonwealth Games in 1962. He has finished 13 marathons since 1979. No wonder I can't keep up with him.
Wow.
Mr. Griffiths, when and how did you first become a runner?
Well, I started when I was 14. When I was at school, I wasn't very much good at anything. And then I found that I could run quite well. And then I passed my examinations, and then I became the head boy of the school.
How long have you been involved in sports for the disabled and other charity work?
Since 1982, I have done 3 runs for charity, 2 in Honolulu, and of course last year in the run from Beijing to Hong Kong.
Why this concern for the disabled?
Well, because I have all my limbs and faculties, yet some people have to live all their lives in a wheelchair.
We heard you have another plan to raise money. Can you tell us about it?
I hope to be able to run on the Great Wall from east to west. This will take 4 months, and it must be done in the summer.
Well, we wish you all the success in this plan.
Good boy! Oh, good boy, yes. Come on, then, come on. Here we are. Wow, come on. Good boy. Shake hands. Good boy. Very nicely, nicely, nicely. Say ow, 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 ow. Okay. Get down, down.
Mr. Griffiths is single and lives with his dog, Jasper. Mr. Griffiths, how long have you had Jasper?
I've had him when he was a puppy. I've had him now 5.5 years. Yes, good boy. Huh? Yeah? What?
Mr. Griffiths, what are your other hobbies besides marathon running?
Well, I like to play other sports, like cricket. Golf. And squash. But I also play the guitar as well. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. But please don't take my sunshine away. And I also like to collect antique maps.
Mr. Griffiths, thank you very much for this interview.
You're welcome. Hey.
Today, we are very glad to have with us Mr. Eddie Lau, the brain behind the designs you have just seen. Mr. Lau, how long have you been a fashion designer?
I have been a fashion designer for more than 8 years.
What did you do to become a fashion designer?
I went to study fashion design in the St. Martin's School of Art in London.
When was that?
In 1974.
When did you return to Hong Kong?
In 1976.
Your designs first became well known in places like London, Paris, and Boston before they were known in Hong Kong. Why was that?
Well, I showed a collection in Hong Kong in 1976. But at that time, people in Hong Kong like foreign labels. So I thought I should make a name in places like London and Paris first.
That was exactly what Mr. Lau did. In 6 years, he became a well-known designer in London, Paris, and Boston. His goal has always been to introduce traditional Chinese designs to the world. His two main themes are simplicity and elegance. He has taken part in the Hong Kong Ready-to-Wear Festival since 1977. Since 1979, he has been showing his designs in London and Paris every year. In 1980, he was the only designer from Hong Kong to show a collection in Boston, USA. The name and label Eddie Lau became more and more well known. By 1983, his designs were very popular in London. People in Hong Kong have gradually come to know about this local designer who has made a name in foreign fashion markets. He was given a 10 Outstanding Young Persons Award in 1983. In April 1983, Mr. Lau opened his first boutique in Hong Kong. And in October 1983, his second. I understand you also design clothes for famous local stars.
Recently, I'm interested in more than just fashion design. I'm interested in image making, creating the total look.
That's very interesting. What are your future plans?
Well, from this year, I want to concentrate on my two lines of designs.
What do you like doing in your spare time?
I like reading all kinds of books, particularly books about Chinese history. I like collecting Chinese paintings. And antiques. I also like swimming, skiing, and traveling.
You're a successful designer. What do you think is most important for success?
Well, just work hard and try hard.
It's been very interesting talking to you, Mr. Lau. Thank you very much for this interview.
You're most welcome.
Please repeat when you hear this. The run lasted for 55 days. The run lasted for 55 days. He and other fasters went without food for 30 hours. He and other fasters went without food for 30 hours. Mr. Griffiths, how long have you been in Hong Kong? Mr. Griffiths, how long have you been in Hong Kong?
I've been here for 6 years, since 1978.
I've been here for 6 years, since 1978. He has finished 13 marathons since 1979. He has finished 13 marathons since 1979. Mr. Lau, how long have you been a fashion designer? Mr. Lau, how long have you been a fashion designer?
I have been a fashion designer for more than 8 years.
I've been a fashion designer for more than 8 years. In 6 years, he became a well-known designer in London, Paris, and Boston. In 6 years, he became a well-known designer in London, Paris, and Boston. He has taken part in the Hong Kong Ready-to-Wear Festival since 1977. He has taken part in the Hong Kong Ready-to-Wear Festival since 1977. By 1983, his designs were very popular in London. By 1983, his designs were very popular in London.